When the surprise Hamas terror onslaught struck on October 7th, the IDF had to scale quickly to get into war mode in Gaza. But with threats on all fronts, getting their hands on much-needed drones from abroad proved quite challenging. Add to that, drones from all over the world have different operating systems and confusing directions, often in other languages. Now an Israeli startup is filling that void and offering a scalable and adaptable solution to enhance mission effectiveness and safety for soldiers. Here's more in my report. As hundreds of thousands of IDF soldiers were called to duty during and after the October 7th massacre, the fog of war on multiple fronts put a damper on the Israeli heart and soul.
On the eve of Rosh Hashanah, when the ground invasion in Lebanon started, my younger brother, Captain Eitan Oster, who was a team leader in the Gauze, fell in battle. He was the first casualty of the ground invasion in Lebanon. At the end, my brother went into a battle fighting with an M4 against an AK-47 and machine guns. So he didn't have, and his team, any advantage.
Even though the IDF is considered one of the strongest armies in the world, nothing could prepare or protect soldiers from ambushes.
He couldn't get any air backup because of the overcast. It was very cloudy that day. We couldn't bring in blood to the front because you couldn't bring any of the vehicles down there because of the terrain and the topography. So there's no GPS. You can't look what the other person is seeing. There's no way to communicate between the drones. A very complicated operation that you need to do all the time.
Israeli drones did prove effective during the recent wars, but there was a serious issue that even the smartest military minds couldn't solve.
There's more than one drone that is required to complete a mission, and a lot of times you have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 drones in the air to operate together. Every drone comes with a different type of controller, so the experience to operate a drone is different. So one of the biggest gaps is how do you allow the IDF and other armies to adopt the technology at the pace the technology kind of develops into the military, into the hands of the warfighter.
Here's where eyesAtop comes in.
eBelt was a universal controller that is drone agnostic, which means from one place you're able to operate different types of drones. So you think of like munition drop zone, logistic drones, ISR drones, nano drones, indoor drones, all that stuff can work together.
Their proprietary technology significantly cuts down on the threat of human error over the small stuff, like reading confusing directions and communicating with each other while under fire.
On this map, you see basically 3 drones all are right now in the air. They're all flying. Now drone, this is the target I want to press. I have this button here, and now I can select whatever drones I want to bring in. So you think of a drone maybe with munition or some other drones, and that drone will then come to the exact same location where I have the target and be able to close the chain. Right now I ran out of battery. I want to do a hot swap. Okay, so with one button, I can basically say, here, see, hot swap, and I want to swap drone B with drone A.
This synchronized, user-friendly solution could now make the difference between life and death on the battlefield.
If they had the capability of bringing supplies to the front without relying on the Air Force helicopters, so I can get a drone that will carry 30 kilograms of logistics, supplies, blood. Good.
And as drone technology continues to advance, eyesAtop engineers are able to retrofit new drones into their operating system.
This platform is a heavy lift. We're working on integrating that. We have another one which is one size below.
eyesAtop also has their eyes set on other emergency uses. With devastating wildfires wiping out entire cities like Pacific Palisades, this technology can assist firefighters on the ground.
I can go around specifically and figure out if there are areas that are most suspected to fires or areas that I see a thermal change right now, so maybe a fire just starting, and I can recognize the wind, the direction where the fire is going in scale. I think that's kind of the key.
And already being used by Israeli police, imagine what could have been different if Sydney law enforcement had surveillance drones in the air before the Bondi Beach massacre.
So within one click of a button, regardless of GPS or not, I'm able to get a drone and get eyes in the sky. I don't need to rely on helicopters, and I can get exact coordinates of the target to the police force that sits in the police car with a little phone.
So the big picture is bright and cost-effective.
You build it once, you perfect it once, and then no matter how the drones evolve, every time I bring a new drone into the system, I get it for free.